Hey guys, it's Preston out here, and I'm back with another video for you guys today. Today I want to take a little bit of time and talk about price action trading strategy. I've been receiving a lot of emails about price action lately, so I figured I'd do a video for you guys. I'll be having a lot more strategy videos come out for you as well, so just stay tuned for those. Let's see, moving forward, price action trading strategy concept. The main concept behind price action trading strategy is to use the price action, otherwise known as the raw data of our targeted assets. Just by looking at the live feed of our asset, we should be able to determine and help predict, or better predict, which direction it's going to be going. Price action trading strategy is one of the best technical trading strategies for trading binary options and forex. One of the best things about price action is that it requires zero technical trading indicators to use, so all you need is access to a charting solution. The main charting solution that I use is www.freestockcharts.com. I just like it because it's free, it's quick, it's interface. It's not like a downloadable software where it could be lagging. This is web-based. You're getting the live feed, you're getting the live rates, you're just getting the raw data, which is really nice. I've been using this since I started out in the industry, so I know how to use it a lot. I know how to add indicators, change the settings. So if you guys have any questions about that, I would be more than willing to help you out. Let's see, it's designed to use the raw data of our targeted assets. Price action, exactly. Price action is just it's actually not really that complicated of a term, I guess, but it's just the summation of all buy and sell orders over any moment of time. This can be from 1 second all the way up to almost infinity, basically. It has to be a obtainable time frame. And infinity is not, so that's what I'm saying, almost to infinity. But it could be over 1 second, it could be over 5 minutes, 10, 15. It doesn't really matter there. Price action trading strategy is one of the oldest and most complicated online trading strategies. It takes a while to learn. It takes a lot of practice to get really good with it. But once you understand price action, you can trade online with just basically any online trading industry, since you're just really looking at the assets live feed and you're just better predicting which direction it's going to go. Once you know the basics, you can expect a success rate ranging from 67 all the way up to 80%. It really depends on the time of day that you're trading, what day you're trading, if it's post weekend, if it's almost a weekend, if holidays are coming up. There are a lot of other factors that play into role here. Before we dig a little bit deeper, we're going to talk about some Japanese candlesticks. There's two different types of candlesticks that you can expect. When using price action trading strategy, you want to use the Japanese candlesticks. You don't want to see no line plot or any dot plots. You want to see the live price of the asset that we're watching. There's two candles. One would be a bearish candle, and the other would be a bullish. Bearish candles are candles that always are heading in a downward direction. They're known as bearish because they are bearing down. Bearish candles always open at the top and they close at the bottom. This is because they always are heading in a downward direction, so it's going to open at the top and close at the bottom because the price is going to keep going downward. Bullish candles on the other hand, are always heading in an upward direction. They are known as bullish candles because they are always bulling upward. Bullish candles always open at the bottom of the candle and close at the top. That's because since the price is going up, it's going to open at the top and the price should be higher because it's a bullish candle, so it's going to close at the top. Understanding Japanese candlesticks is a must when using this trading strategy. It really is simple. The bearish candles are always going down, bullish is always going up. Once you get a better understanding of these Japanese candlesticks, you can see how they come into play with price action, because you really need to learn how to understand. Moving forward, we're going to cover the three types of trends. These trends are very important when it comes to trading price action trading strategy. A bullish trend is going to have a lot more bullish candles than bearish because it's heading in the upward direction. Bullish trends indicate to us that the buyers are in control of the markets. It's always heading in an upward direction. It usually lasts a very short amount of time or for a prolonged period of time. Bullish trends can be prolonged if a release of a popularized news or press release is done, and correlation analysis comes into play greatly here as well. So let's say Euro USD and crude oil. These are two correlating assets. So we really want to watch if there's a news release about oil, because you can guarantee that the price of the Euro USD will be affected somehow with oil, or vice versa. The same goes out with, let's say Apple was to release a new iPhone 7 or whatever phone they're on actually. Let's say they release it, you can guarantee that the price of the stock is going to increase and head in an upward direction. So this is how your bullish trend can be prolonged. This is really great to take advantage of. This is also known as fundamental analysis, which I will cover in my next video. This is a type of market trend that we want to see. It means the economy is bearish. Trends, on the other hand, indicate to us that the sellers are in control of the market. Always heading in a downward direction. They usually last a very short amount of time or for a prolonged period of time. These can be seen a lot during the ending of the week, especially when the markets are closing for the weekend. These can be prolonged with the release of news and press releases as well. This is the type of market trend that we don't really want to see, because it means our economy is weakening and becoming less valuable. The other type of trend is a neutral trend. Neutral trends are trends that we do not want to trade whatsoever. It indicates to us that neither the buyers nor sellers are in control of the market. Always heading in a sideways direction. There is no clear-cut upward or downward direction. It makes trading extremely difficult and hard to predict. Traders should never trade when this type of trend is present. They usually don't last too long. Sooner or later, the buyers or sellers should take control over the targeted market. As you can see in the picture below, now we have our three different types of trends. The green arrow represents a bullish trend, is heading up in an upward direction. Those yellow lines that have the flat bars on the side indicate a neutral trend. Yes, you can see a little fluctuation in the buying and selling, but the trend overall is not that long of a time period for it to be not considered neutral. These are neutral trends, and these are trends that we do not want to trade. The red arrows indicating going in a downward direction indicate our bearish trends. These are always heading downward. The bullish are always heading upward. And the neutral trends indicate the struggle for the market control. Neither the buyers nor the sellers are able to establish control. And like I said earlier, never trade neutral trends. I'm going to talk about one of the two ways that I trade price action, basically. These are the very basic concepts behind price action trading strategy. There are many variations with price action. I honestly don't know that many. I'm still learning more variations, but I only trade two, and it comes with support levels and resistance levels. First, we're going to talk about support levels. Within our two yellow boxes indicate a point where a support level is made. When using price action trading strategy with support levels, we need two candles to bounce off an invisible level, otherwise known as our support level. So as you can see within our two yellow boxes, the opening and closing of our two candles, here you can see a bearish candle, and then you have a bullish candle right after, and within the first yellow box. This indicates they open and close at the same level because they're different candles, and they bounce off of an imaginary level. This is known as our support level. This is signified as our white line. I just added it so you guys can see easier. And then you have to wait for another support level to be made off that same exact level. So here in the second yellow box, you can see our red candle, and then our bearish candle, and then our bullish candle, and then open at the same spot. So once they are at the same level, and then you have to wait for price to retrace back up, and then once it goes down, then you have a killer put trade. These both require put trade entries, the way that I use my price action trading strategy. So here we have our first support level. It goes down, it goes up. We have a second support level. Now we just wait for price to retrace back up above the level, which I already did. It was going in that direction, so it just kept heading. And now we wait for price to retrace back down and cross our support level. Once it does, and once that candle closes, which is signified right where the arrow is that's where we want to place our trade. That candle just closed. That new candle just opened, is going downward still. We place our trade. Trade expiries can usually be 15 minutes and anywhere up to an hour. When I use price action, I usually use a aggressive account management system, so I'm using at least 10% of my trading account balance per trade. Now keep in mind, price action with this strategy, I keep on 15 minutes because 15 minutes is just a great time frame. I've had the most success with the 15-minute time frame. But obviously, if you change the time frame, you're going to want to change your expiry times. Next would be resistant levels. Within our two yellow boxes are, well, this is where our resistant level is made. Um, you're just still waiting for like an invisible barrier to be created. Here we can see our two, within our first box, sorry, you can see a bullish and bearish candle. You can see how they just kind of bounce off an imaginary level. And then if you look in the second yellow box, we have a bullish and bearish candle also. It doesn't always have to be this setup. It doesn't always have to be a bearish, bullish, bullish, bearish. You just need to have one and another. It doesn't matter which way it is. As long as they're bouncing off an imaginary same level as one in the other box, then you're good to go. Now these boxes aren't going to pop up in the trading solution, just so you know. I mean, I put them in there just for ease for you guys to see. But resistance level is basically for us, it's telling us that price should not exceed this level because price keeps bouncing off of this level. As you can see within our first yellow box and our second, price bounced off that level again, so price should not break that level. So once price has bounced off your second level and that candle has closed, which is signified as our first bearish candle, which is right next to our bullish candle in our second yellow box, you wait for that candle to close, and once it does, you can place a put trade. Same thing goes with this. I use 15 minutes to 60-minute expiry times. I usually like to do 15, 30, 45, 60. I know that really doesn't follow the aggressive passive rules, but when I'm using price action and I have this great of a setup, usually I get a little bit more ballsy and I will trade higher amounts. Price action trading strategy versus others. I kind of was doing a recent survey. I just kind of wanted to see how many of my clients and people who have been asking me for help through emails or YouTube have been asking me. 82% of my clients have heard of price action trading strategy, but only 15% know how to understand and use it like effectively. After about 4 weeks of practicing with the strategy, you should expect no less than a 74% success rate if you're trading the support and resistance levels as you should be, and you have all your charting solutions set up properly. That's meaning you're watching a reliable asset. Assets that I use when trading this strategy are mostly low vitality currency pairs or a high volume stock. Low vitality currency pairs that I like to use would be the Euro USD, USD Chef, USD CAD, NZD, USD. Popularized stocks I like to use is mostly Apple, some Nike. Starbucks I don't really play around with too much now. They're coming kind of fluctuating a lot, I've noticed, so not really that. They have a high vitality, which we don't want. For those of you who don't know vitality also, by the way, it's just basically the ability for an asset to be affected due to minor market fluctuations. So we want something that has a low vitality because the chances of the market affecting it due to a minor change in the market is less severe. And this really makes it easier for us to predict which way the asset's going to go when using a low vitality or a popularized stock. Conclusion, guys, I mean, price action trading strategy, there's a lot to go with it. I mean, I'm sure I missed some information with my video. So, I mean, I'll be providing, you could always contact me through my email, prestonvanderbilt@gmail.com. It's in the description box below as well. If you have any questions regarding price action trading strategy in general or any other trading strategies, feel free to contact me through YouTube. I prefer email, though it's just much easier for me to get back to you guys quicker. I mean, I check that a lot more often than I do YouTube. Below in the description box also you have you have $100 money back broker signups. This is for people who want to like expand or who just want money back with signing up with a reliable binary options broker. I'm actually in the development phase. I'm creating a blogging website. It's going to be known as binaryonline.org. It's not made up at all. I mean, I'm still developing it. It's still going to take me a while, but I just want to give you guys a little highlight about this beforehand. This is going to be mostly a blogging website, an educational website for you binary option and forex traders. It's going to have a lot of strategies. It's going to have a lot of reviews. I'll be posting my YouTube videos on there as well. It's just going to be a all-in-one educational binary option forex oriented website. So you guys should definitely check that out, and I'll keep you in the loop with that as well. As always, guys, stay tuned for more videos to come, and thanks for watching.